If I looked at your beliefs right now, how many of them are actually yours? That's the question of what I call shallow identity. A mask handed to you that you've been defending like it was your own. Here's how it happens. It usually starts with pain, feeling lost. Then something finds you, a community, an ideology, a guru with the right words. And for the first time, you finally feel seen. That's where you start handing yourself over, piece by piece, without realizing it. And in that moment, you drop your guard. You stop questioning them. But belonging had a price. To the group, you had to kill a part of yourself. The system isn't broken. It's working exactly as designed. It found a fatal flaw in your wiring, a desperate need to belong, and gave you a tribe to die for instead of a self to build. You didn't join a group. You traded yourself for belonging. A philosopher named Eric Hoffer saw this coming in 1951. He believed that mass movements don't actually attract real believers. They mostly attract the vulnerable and broken, people who feel incomplete, and they offer you an ultimatum. Surrender your complicated, imperfect, but unique self. In exchange, you get a clean yet rigid group identity, a fight that finally feels like a purpose, and a villain to carry the blame for your messy life. Because a group without a common enemy has nothing to unite around. A mass movement can function without a god, but it can't function without a devil. The ideology changes, but the machine is always the same. Andrew Tate in the Manosphere preaches individual sovereignty, but disagree with him once and you get outcasted. The woke media preaches liberation, but hold the wrong opinion and you're cancelled and publicly crucified. Both are collectivists in practice. Both demand the individual disappear into the group's logic. And it doesn't stop at just ideology. It hijacks your need for belonging. Watch what it does to the entertainment industry. Movies get remakes slapped over and over instead of anything unique because original ideas carry ideological risks. Artists inject the same opinions into their music because anger in the mob is too risky. Celebrities mirror each other's politics like a cult. Nothing's actually authentic. Conformity doesn't need a conspiracy. It just needs a large enough room of people who don't know what they actually believe in. And once that happens, truth gets replaced with performance. Because when you have no internal framework, appearances matter more than honesty. The us versus them war isn't a side effect of the platform. It is the product. Eric Hoffer called it the fact-proof screen. The moment a true believer stops processing reality, it starts filtering it. Any evidence that contradicts the group's identity gets rejected. Loyalty becomes the only virtue. Dissent becomes treason. And your individuality, the specific, complicated, unrepeatable thing that makes you you, becomes a bug, not a feature. The framework doesn't feel like a cage. It feels like awakening, but the architecture underneath it isn't. So when a man starts defending that structure, cutting off people who question it, shrinking his world to the size of their ideology, he's not protecting a belief. He's protecting the only mass that makes him feel safe. And he never questioned anything. That's no longer ignorance. That's complicity. The exit isn't a better tribe. It isn't a better mass. It's sitting with the question nobody wants to answer. Who are you when you remove everything that was handed to you? Most men never find out, because the answer requires burning down the only identity they've ever had, and standing in the ash long enough to build something from scratch. That's the transformation nobody is selling, because it can't be packaged. Most men would choose the mask over and over again, because it's easier to defend borrowed certainty than to sit with an identity that isn't finished yet. But an unfinished identity is the only honest one. You should start there. But the mask didn't appear out of nowhere. Something engineered that tribal mindset that made you available to it before you even had a chance to push back. That's what the previous video maps out. That one will show you exactly how that cage was built. You can watch that one now by clicking the video on the screen.